Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this latest broadcast here from Rebels Radio. My name is Aidan. I will be your host for this evening as we're in Evo Stick Southern Premier League action yet again here, as it's Hitchin Town who are the hosts here at Topfield, one of the great stadiums here at non-league football. If you've never been to the ground before, behind the goal to my left, there is some terracing, all painted yellow and black, yellow and green. The crush barriers, and a good set of terracing there. Then the goal to our right is actually a rather unique. We've still got a wooden stand with wooden benches and everything for you to stand on and sit on. So there's we're in the main stand here with all the seats, and then there's covered terracing on the far hand side. And Topfield is where we are tonight for this Evo Stick Southern Premier League game. So looking to get 3 points here, and against a much changed Hitchin side with one eye on the big free bet Southern League Cup final, which they play here at Topfield on Wednesday evening. So I'll run through those two teams with you. Normally I'd run through the other games on this evening, but this is the only game in the Southern Premier League this evening. So we can't give you any score updates from the Southern Premier League because there are none to give. So we'll just witter on and see how it goes. And we'll do that, and we can just tell you that some of the players were late getting here. There was an accident on the A1M, which meant that some of our players were just quite late getting here, just as we were. But we're all here now, and we're all ready to go. I'll run through the two sides for you in a second, just to remind you that up-and-coming games for the Rebels. Slough also play on Wednesday evening this week, where we are at home to the MK Dons in the Berks and Bucks Senior Cup semi-final. Now, there is reduced priced entry for that game. It will only cost adults £6 to get in. I can just tell you that there will be no radio Rebels Radio. What are we called? We're called Rebels Radio, aren't we? There'll be no Rebels Radio. I don't even know what we're doing. Rebels Radio that evening. Unfortunately, there's no point in us doing that. We can't do any research on the opposition or anything like that. So we won't be broadcasting on Wednesday. We will be back though on Saturday, where it's another away game for the Rebels as we travel down to Dorchester, and that is the side that is currently managed by Slough Town's ex-legend in Steve Thompson. So there you go. We will have our half-time quiz as usual. We'll give you that as well, and we'll give you all the action as it happens. I will run through the two sides for you in a second. Just thank you as always to our two sponsors. They are My Football Club, the online football community, and you can find more about them on the Pichero website. If you search Pichero and put My FC, you'll come up with their website there. And also the Slough Town Supporters Trust for their continued of that one, and if you want the latest details on the sponsored walk that is happening on the last game of the season, then you can do so there. So that's what you need to do. If you would like to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do so two ways. You can do so either on the chat or comments bit that you're listening to on YouTube. You should see a few on there already, and then otherwise you can do so on Twitter, and on Twitter it's at MyFC Rebels Radio. It's all one word, all in lower cases, and we'll give you a shout out. Don't forget it's going to be the half-time quiz for you to have a go at as well. So previous games between Slough and Hitchin Town, there have been 80 previous meetings between the two sides. Slough have won 33, drawn 14 and lost 33. Goals for is 149, goals against 141. It is very, very close between these two rivals, as it always is, and we should be in for a good game for you this evening. I'll run through the two sides with you, starting with the home side. And again, there are a few changes to the Hitchin Town side as they look to maybe rest a few players with an eye on that cup final on Wednesday evening. So Hitchin Town in goal have Josh Mollison. 2 is Toby Syme. 3, Daniel Olanaran. 4 is Lois Rolfe. 5 is Captain Dan Webb. 6 is Kevin Byrne. 7 is Hugo Logan. 8 is Matthew Spring. 9, Connor Vincent. 10 is Patrick Shikala. And 11 is Charles Smith. Substitutes for Hitchin Town this evening are Johnny McNamara wearing 12. 14 is Josh Bickerstaff. 15 is Desi Jardo da Silva. 16 is Josh Coley. And 17 is Kieran Barnes. For the Rebels in goal is Jack Turner. 2, and breaking into the top 20 all-time appearance record for Slough Town is Sean Fraser. We will have some details about Sean at half-time as well for you, with everything that you need to know about Sean Fraser. 3 is George Wells, 4 is Guy Hollis, 5 is the captain Mark Nisbet, 6 Scott Davies, 7 is James Dobson, 8 Matt Lynch, 9 Perry Coles, 10 Manny Williams, and 11 is Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels this evening are 12 Nathan Smart, 14 Matt Day, 15 Lee Togwell, 16 Harrison Jilks, and 17 is Chris Flood. Tonight's referee is Mr. C. Reason, and his assistants are Mr. Allison and Mr. Beaton. So there you go, that's the things. I'll run through those two sides for you again just before kick-off, and like I say, do feel free to get in contact. Some of you are already on as well. We've got Graham, which is Rebel. We've got Freddie Burton. Graham Ash is on there. He's in a pub in the Isle of Wight. Sounds like the best place to be honest. Will Reese is on there as well. And so all of you getting in contact on there, please carry on doing that throughout the night, especially when we do that the new fun thing that we do, the half-time quiz. But there you go. We'll give you all of those details later. So we'll keep an eye on. We wouldn't normally keep an eye on the other scores, but there aren't anything else to keep you an eye on, is there? So there you go, and we'll see how it goes this evening. We might find somewhere else that's got a game on. Still quite bright here at Hitchin Town. Still the sun is out, the floodlights are on, but nice blue sky here this evening at Topfield. And we'll give you all the details here. Just see the suspended Brett Donnelly just coming off here for Hitchin Town, just as the Slough Town players line up in the tunnel area. And we'll see how it goes. I just see Simon Martin there, the ex-Slough Town player, just coming off. He's not playing still, is he? Oh dearie me, times are hard if Simon Martin's come back for Hitchin Town. So there you go. We'll give you all the details of the game as it happens as well, and we will give you everything else that you need to know. Just a reminder that there will be no commentary of Wednesday's game between Slough at home to the MK Dons in the Berks and Bucks Cup. So there you go. We have just looking to see the referees out. Just looking for the Hitchin players to come out. Just a couple of minutes away from kick-off here this evening, and a lovely mild evening here. Is just going to run through the two sides for you. Is just waiting to see if someone's just walking past. Right, that's just someone walking past. I thought they were going to say hello. Okay, so for Hitchin Town, Hitchin will be playing in their home kit of yellow shirts, green shorts and green socks. In goal for them is Josh Mollinson. 2 is Toby Syme. 3 is Daniel Olaniran. 4 is Lewis Rolfe. 5 is the captain Dan Webb. 6 is Kevin Byrne. 7 is Hugo Logan. 8 Matthew Spring. 9 Connor Vincent. 10 is Patrick Shikala, and 11 is Charlie Smith. Substitutes for Hitchin Town this evening are 12 Johnny McNamara, 14 Josh Bickerstaff, 15 DeSajo De Silva, 16 Josh Coley, and 17 is Kieran Barnes. For the Rebels, in goal is Jack Turner. 2 Sean Fraser, making his 269th appearance for the Rebels. We've got George Wells on 3, 4 is Guy Hollis, 5 is Mark Nisbet, 6 Scott Davies, 7 James Dobson, 8 Matt Lynch, 9 Perry Coles, 10 Manny Williams, and 11 is Warren Harris. And apparently tonight's match sponsors are Plumbase, and we've just got the two sides just coming out in the tunnel area now, and it'll be a slightly weakened Hitchin side here with that eye on the cup final. Can Slough get 3 points in the? They've already secured the playoff position. It's not a lot to play for. It's just trying to see if they can get into third or fourth with the possibility of a home tie. That is what Slough are playing for this evening, with the playoffs already confirmed. Slough are in their away kit of light blue, obviously, as Hitchin are playing in yellow. And we're just waiting for the two assistant referees, and here come the two teams again. So the starting 11s for both sides. For Hitchin, it's Mollison in goal, 2 is Syme, 3 Olaniran, 4 Rolfe, 5 Webb, who's the captain, 6 is Byrne, 7 Logan, 8 Spring, 9 Vincent, 10 Shikala, and 11 is Smith. For the Rebels, Turner in goal, 2 Fraser, 3 Wells, 4 is Hollis, 5 is the captain Mark Nisbet, 6 is Scott Davies, 7 James Dobson, 8 is Lynch, 9 Perry Coles, 10 Manny Williams, and 11 is Warren Harris. Those are your starting 11s for tonight's game. And just got to remember not to sing along with these songs that they play here. As the players just going through the handshaking rituals. The Hitchin Town goalkeeper looks a tall lad. He is wearing all purple. Slough's Jack Turner is all red apart from white sleeves. Those are your goalkeeping colours for you. And there are a couple of other games in the Southern leagues, but in the Cambridge City with one of their many home games that they've got to play. They've still got to play those, and we'll keep an eye on that game for you as well. Keep you up to date. The Slough joint manager John Underwood just having a chat to the back four here at the moment, as the officials just do their final checks of the goals, and we are just waiting for the referee to call over the two captains. And I get a funny feeling you might be of a slightly smaller crowd here this evening than you would do normally with the cup final, that the League Cup final on Wednesday evening. But a lot of people are saving their money for that game. It's a fair few number in here tonight, but it won't be the biggest crowd you'll ever see for one of these clashes between two local rivals with a lot of history, especially in the playoffs. And we are just waiting. It's going to be a swapping over of sides. So Slough will be shooting in the first half from left to right, which obviously means Hitchin shoot the other way, or up and down, could come that way. But left to right from our commentary position. And you can tell we're just killing time till the referee decides to blow. He's a little bit late kicking off. And we are just going to wait for the referee here tonight, Mr. Reeson, just to get it. It looks like Slough will have the kickoff here as well for this first half. Just waiting for the goalkeepers to get into position. And the referee just slowly having a count of the number of players on both sides. And it's I hope that gentleman's going to sit down when the game starts. Well, that's going to be really annoying. And the game kicks off here with Slough with the ball here. It's played out on this far hand side towards George Wells. Wells cuts inside, and his ball is shut down by Shikala, but it's played through by Lench and finds Fraser here on this right hand side. Fraser allowed to bring the ball forward, plays it in here to Williams. Williams trying to find the Warren Harris, but it's cleared there by Aloranaran. And here on the ball is Spring. Spring plays it back towards the goalkeeper Mollison, his first touch of the ball. And he's a long kick up the field here, looking for Vincent. Ball over his head. It's come through to Nisbet. He's had the ball taken off him by Shikala, but Nisbet comes across and gets a touch to it, knocks it out for a throw to Hitchin halfway inside the Slough Town half. It'll be the left back Olaniran who will take this throw, puts it in with a little bit of foul, and the referee says it's a foul throw by the young left back, and Slough will have the throw here. And Sean Fraser comes across to take this for the Rebels. Slough fans just making their way round to that far hand side terracing. Ball played into Manny Williams. Williams flicks the ball on, headed away though by Webb, and then Lynch gets there first for Slough. Played on by Davis, and the Slough fans are already over there in good voice. Ball here with George Wells, 10 yards inside his own half. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Perry Coles. He's up here against Byrne, and Byrne takes the easy option of playing the ball straight out of play into the car park and out for a throw to the Rebels, roughly 25 yards away from the Hitchin Town goal. The throw will come in on the far hand side by George Wells, and his throw finds Dobson. Dobson gets the ball back to Wells, and it's come out here towards Mark Nisbet. Nisbet's ball, it's just taken a touch off a Hitchin play. It'll be another throw to the Rebels, just a little bit further back, closer to the halfway line now. And again it's Wells with the throw in towards Nisbet, back in towards Wells. Wells being closed down, but manages to get the ball across here, and Fraser does well. Wins a challenge here with Valanaran. He's got Warren Harris on his outside. Harris down his right hand side. Crosses hard and low. It's a good ball. Comes back out here towards Fraser, and Fraser has a shot, but it's over the top of the bar. And that would be something if Sean Fraser scores here tonight. He's only scored 4 goals effort. That's part of our... We'll put that in the half-time quiz as well. We'll just see if... I won't say that because you'll all guess. No, you'll be all on Twitter and the internet trying to find out what that is. But Sean Fraser with the first shot of the game, just over the bar, and it'll be Mollison to take the goal kick to get this game back underway here. And Jack Turner's not even looking at the game at the moment. Mollison's ball just clears the halfway line. It's well flicked on by Vincent, but hooked clear by Nisbet. Then played here by Rolfe in towards the left back Lanaran, and under pressure gives the ball away here towards Warren Harris. Harris in towards Manny Williams. Williams finds Scott Davies. Davies got Sean Fraser on the right hand side, cuts inside with the ball and finds Lench. Now Lench just stands on the ball and then gets tackled by Spring, but the ball is played on the far hand side by Hollis, trying to find George Wells. Wells can't keep the ball in and it go out of play for a throw to Hitchin Town on the far hand side, roughly 20 yards away from their own goal mouth, or goal line thing, you know what I meant. We're just whittering on today. I do apologise if it does sound a little bit funny this evening. I do have an abscess in the side of my mouth, so it may be a little bit funny coming through, but there you go. We'll carry on. Long throw here by Byrne, headed on by Wells. It will come through to Shikala. Shikala holds the ball up just inside the Slough half and finds Spring. Gets the ball back here, but Slough surrounding with several bodies, and it's here with Hollis and finds Dobson. Dobson's little flick ball is hooked clear by Byrne, but only as far as Warren Harris, and he finds Sean Fraser. Just sold him a little bit short there and has to react before Logan can get to the ball, and it's here with Turner, who plays it out immediately, looking for Dobson on the left hand side. Gets the ball, turns the right back side and plays it in here towards Coles. Coles just heavy touch him in, forced backwards here by Byrne, and then finds George Wells. Well, just getting caught there as he played the ball, and it's been chased back here by the right back Syme. Williams has come across to try and close him down, but Syme plays the ball forwards over the head of everyone. It will roll through here to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Played 4 minutes so far. Here is Turner, plays the ball on the far hand side, and Dobson is offside, and it's a free kick to Hitchin Town. The Slough fans, and good voice behind the goal to our right here. And it'll be Byrne who goes across to take this. Looks like Hitchin Town are playing free at the back. They're actually going to leave this free kick to the goalkeeper Mollinson. So it looks like 3 centre backs and 5 in midfield for Hitchin Town this evening, as we wait for the free kick to be taken. And Mollison with a good kick down the field here, looking for Vincent. Vincent wins the header but heads it across the 18-yard box, and it's here cleared by Wells, looking for Manny Williams. He's beaten to the ball by Byrne, but Byrne's header goes straight out of play and out for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. Wells will take the throw for Slough, just gaining a few yards there, and then throws the ball looking for Coles, headed away by the captain for Hitchin, Webb, and Slough gain about 15 yards with that throw, and are now inside the Hitchin Town half. Quick throw here towards Scott Davies. Davies turns and plays the ball out here into the path of Sean Fraser. Fraser's got time to play the ball towards Warren Harris. Ball just takes a bit of a bump here on the pitch, and it's back here to with Sean Fraser. Straight for a lovely little ball behind here for Warren Harris, but good sliding tackle there by Lewis Rolfe. Sees the ball go out of play for a throw to the Rebels, and they're going to leave it for Hollis to take a long throw into the box here, roughly level with the 18-yard line here for the Rebels. And it will be Guy Hollis with this long throw on his return to the Slough starting lineup. He puts the ball into the box. It's bouncing around, flicked on by Nisbet. Comes out here towards Scott Davies. Lovely. Oh, it's touched. It only comes to find Spring. Spring being closed down by Nisbet. Plays the ball forward, looking for Vincent Webb. It's headed by Wells, and it goes through to Jack Turner on the edge of his penalty area, and immediately rolls the ball out here, finding Sean Fraser. Fraser with a bit of space, chased down by Shikala, and Shikala does really well. Gets a touch on the ball, goes out of play for a Slough Town throw, just before the halfway line, a foot inside their own half. And Fraser looking to find Manny Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up here, but comes through Warren Harris. Ball played forwards. Davis gets first touch to it. Played here by Sean Fraser. Come off Vincent for a throw to Slough. And this time they're going to let Sean Fraser take the throw. Warren Harris takes it quickly and finds Sean Fraser. Fraser looking to cross on the far hand side, looking for Dobson. Dobson trying to rise up, gets the ball there. It's hooked clear in the end by Webb, only as far as George Wells, 25 yards away from goal. Looks to cross the ball in first time. It's a little bit too close to the goalkeeper, and that's an easy claim for Mollison in the Hitchin Town goal. Both goalkeepers tonight wearing short sleeve shirts. That is a sign of the times that the winter weather has disappeared for the moment. Long kick here by Mollison, headed away by Hollis, and it comes through to Dobson. Dobson's little Side ball here towards Wales. Wales 10 yards inside his own half, brings it forwards. Logan closes him down, but it's come through to Dobson. Dobson's ball is intercepted, but it fell to Wales, and ball here for Perry Coles to chase on the far hand side. Coles gets the ball, flicks it on, and it comes off the head of Byrne for a throw to the Rebels, level with the 18-yard hand just on the far hand side. And the ball thrown in here towards George Wells, shakes off the challenge of Vincent, still running down that left hand side, looking for a free kick. It actually comes off Wells last, goes out to play for a throw to Hitchin on the far side. And it's a throw to Hitchin Town. 8 minutes gone here, still 0-0 between the two sides. As Byrne with another long throw down the field. Well flicked on here by Vincent. Nisbet with the header away, smashed clear by Wells, and then Webb puts that high into the night sky, headed on by Lynch, only as far as Smith, and the ball comes back out here to Spring. Spring, the veteran, plays it down, intercepted well by Nisbet, and chests the ball down, played here by Wells, looking for Alana Rand, who's just under pressure, does well to get the ball, but it's only cleared as far as Sean Fraser, and he finds Manny Williams. Williams trying to turn Rolfe on this near hand side, holds the ball up and finds a path into the Scott Davis. Sean Fraser on his outside and finds Fraser. Fraser being urged to run through. A lovely little ball here for Warren House. Crossed his first time. It's a good ball into the box. Oh, it's just in front of Perry Coles. The goalkeeper did really well to come out with Perry Coles charging him down. But a good claim by the Hitchin Town goalkeeper. And it's he just comes over to the other side of his penalty area. Clicks this one high into the night sky. Underneath it is a free header for Wales. Finds Warren Harris, and Harris just cushions the header into the path of Sean Fraser. Fraser playing the ball over the top here for Warren Harris. That's a good ball. Warren Harris will get here on this far. Oh, Rolfe does well to come back with a recovery tackle there. It's the expense of a corner. Lovely ball over the top there by Sean Fraser. Warren Harris knew what was happening, and Rolfe just got a foot to it to knock it out of play. And it's the first corner of the day for the Rebels, and it'll be James Dobson who comes across to take this corner. And I did say on Saturday that James Dobson got booked. He was almost got booked, and then they put it out that he took the corner, he couldn't have handballed it, and that was rescinded. So he didn't get yet booked on Saturday. So it's an in-swinging corner here for the Rebels. Goes to the near post, too close to the goalkeeper, who does well to come and claim that one. And he rolls the ball right on the far-hand side for Logan. Logan with the ball played forwards, intercepted by Sean Fraser, and it's over the head of Smith, and Smith just sees the ball out of play for a throw to Hitchin, left with their 18-yard box on the far-hand side. Good evening to Gary Thomas, he's listening in. And like I say, you can get in contact on the comments page there or via Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio. Long throw again from Byrne on that far hand side, flicked on well by Vincent, only as far as Nisbet, who puts it high into the blue skies here this evening. Spring jumps here with Warren Harris. Harris wins the header, but it's hooked clear by Webb, and Shikala forced a mistake out of Nisbet, and the ball here looking for Logan, but Fraser comes across for Slough, and Jack Turner takes the ball with his feet just on the edge of his 18-yard box, plays the ball forward. Byrne with the header up in the air. Manny Williams will try and hold the ball up here, but it's cleared here by Smith, and the ball over the top here, looking behind for Shikala, but Jack Turner quick off his line and gets to the edge of his box before the striker can get a touch to the ball. Slough got to be careful of being hit on the break here. They've had a lot of the ball. Still here with Sean Fraser. Travelled 20 odd yards. Chipping the ball in. Looking for Coles. Coles trying to flick the ball on. It comes here to Dobson. Dobson's offside. Shot went wide of the goal anyway, but he was in an offside position. And Sean Fraser seeing a lot of the ball down this right hand side here this evening. And there'll be a free kick to get the game back underway. And it's Mollinson, the goalkeeper, will have to go a little bit further wide than that to take this one. And it's going to be Mollinson to take this free kick here, eventually. He's got matching red gloves and red boots as the Hitchin Town goalkeeper. Ball played forwards, well won by Wells, comes into the centre here, and it's won by Lynch, but it comes here towards Evan. Evan spreads the ball down, it's cleared by Nisbet. Ball comes here looking for Perry Coles. Ball finds Warren Harris, who's in quite a central position. He finds Scott Davis, again got an option of Sean Fraser on the right hand side, and uses it Fraser tries to chip the ball down the line, but it's headed away by Alanaran and comes here towards Davis. Davis this time plays a little bit more direct. Warren Harris will chase the ball down. Webb is underneath it for Hitchin, and Warren Harris wins the ball on that far hand corner, holds the ball up there, just gets a little nibble there and finds Fraser. Fraser crosses in low first time. Spring gets a touch to it and does well to clear, and then finds Smith. Smith with the ball over the top looking for Shikalo, and underneath it is Mark Nisbet. Oh, and he doesn't get the best of headers. Shikalo's won the ball here for Hitchin. He's got Vincent here on this far hand side, just been forced wide by a couple of Slough players, but Vincent holds the ball up here and finds the right back Syme. Syme crosses into the box. Shikalo tries to head it on, but he doesn't get a touch on it, and Sean Fraser can clear here for the Rebels and plays a long ball down the field. Manny Williams out jumped by Rolfe, and the ball will come here towards Davies. Davies, little ball inside here towards Lynch. Lynch inside the centre circle, spreads it immediately to Dobson on the left hand side. Looks to take Simon and then crosses first time, trying to find Warren Harris. It's a good ball here, and Harris takes it in his stride up against the left back Alanaran, but Alanaran does really well to get his body in the way and clears for Hitchin, and Shikala's in a foot race here with Hollis. Hollis gets there first, it comes off Shikala. It's a good defending by Guy Hollis, but Shikala showing his pace here. It's a free kick anyway for offside against the Hitchin Town striker, but Patrick Shikala, the number 10, got a lot of pace there that's slightly worrying the Slough defence. Turner looked to take the free quick quickly, but the referee has pulled it back just to have a word here with the... What's he done? I think he's just told them to retake the free kick, and it's Turner that takes it on the far hand side looking for Wells. It's going to come through to Wells. Syme just gets a touch to it and puts it out of play for a throw to Slough, and the ball comes in here towards Manny Williams. Williams holds the ball up well, but it's come off a touch off the Hitchin play. Quick throw here by Slough. Wells in towards Dobson, back here towards Wells, and Wells nips past his marker quickly, gets to the edge of the box, tries to play the ball in. It's hooked clear by Rolfe, only as far as Lynch. Lynch plays the ball in towards Fraser. Fraser got a bit of time here. Ball just bubbles in front of him as he gets into the box. Plays it back here towards Lynch. Lynch here in towards Fraser. Fraser chipping the ball towards the far post. So he did a touch by Byrne, takes it away from Manny Williams, and it will be kept in on the far hand side by Syme, and plays it off Wells for a throw to Hitchin Town. 15 minutes gone here at Topfield. Still 0-0 between the two sides, and no real efforts on target to talk about at the moment. And the throw does come in from Byrne. It's a short throw to Spring, who gives it back to Byrne right by the corner flag, who clears down the field. Vincent does well to flick the ball on. Hollis is there first for the Rebels and goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner being chased down by Shikala, but plays the ball forwards. Lynch tries to flick the ball on, but it finds Spring. Spring's ball inside here towards Smith. Back in towards Spring, who tries to find Alanaran down this left hand side, but Sean Fraser's there for Slough and plays it in towards Davies. Davies finds Lynch. Lynch finds Sean Fraser. Fraser again seeing a lot of action. Plays a little chip ball here looking for Warren Harris, but it's cleared by Rolfe, and it's a throw to the Rebels here. Sean Fraser will come across to take this throw, and it's we're just waiting for a ball, I believe, to come back, and it'll be a throw to Slough, roughly 20 yards away from the Hitchin Town goal. Sean Fraser standing over this throw, needs a bit of movement to try and find it. Comes through from Coles. Coles gives the ball back towards Fraser, but sails him short, and it's been kept in here by Scott Davies. Davies under pressure, skips past the challenger Logan, and then chips the ball over the top, looking for the run of Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson plays it across goal, and it's cleared by Byrne. Good clearance there by the centre back there. Just had Manny Williams standing right behind him there, and it's a good clearance. It's out for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. Dobson will leave it for Wells to come across to take, and throws it to Dobson. Dobson up against Syme, gets a crossing with his right foot. Well, Manny Williams flicks the ball on it, just glancing header just over the top of the bar, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick to Hitchin. So still 0-0 here this evening, and coming up to 17 minutes of the game gone. And it's Mollinson with this goal kick. Headed away by Fraser into the centre where it will come out here towards Syme. Syme puts a high ball forwards looking for Vincent. Vincent does really well, flicks the header on, but Shikana can't get there and it rolls through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Immediately rolls the ball out here for Fraser. Fraser under pressure from Shikana in towards Davies. Davies again under pressure, jinks a little ball out here towards Nisbet. Nisbet and Lynch almost tackle each other, but Nisbet shakes off the challenge of Logan and gets the ball here towards Davies. Referee says play on, and it's here with Scott Davies. Finds Sean Fraser. Fraser needs to put a good ball in, hits it across the back, looking for Dobson, who just continued his run. It's gone behind him, and it's cleared by Syme, but one back here by Slough with Wells and Lynch now on the ball, and finds Nisbet. Nisbet here in towards Hollis, and back here to the goalkeeper Turner. Turner plays the ball forwards, and Williams holds the ball up well up against the tall Byrne and finds Dobson. Dobson trying to release Williams. Williams will chase it into the corner. Byrne was just come under there. He plays it back towards the goalkeeper Mollinson. Mollinson under pressure. Williams just can't get it. It's going to come through to Lynch. Chests the ball down here. Lynch up against his old Hitchin teammates. It's cleared by Byrne. Looking again for Vincent. Vincent finds Logan. There's a slip in the Slough Town defence, and Hollis has to come across. And he slides in with a tackle. Doesn't get the best of contacts, and in fact is caught by Logan. It's a free kick for the Rebels there, but I think Slough just got away with one there because a couple of little slips there by the Slough Town defence, and Logan was almost in, but it's a foul and a free kick here to Slough. Coming up to 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. Long ball here looking for Warren Harris. Harris trying to flick the ball on. It will come here towards Fraser. Lynch is standing in front of him. Lovely little ball inside to Warren Harris. He plays it back out here towards Fraser. Fraser cuts inside and finds Davies. Davies' central position. Finds Manny Williams, 30 yards away from goal. Away and turns. Finds a little ball in. It comes through to Coles. Coles is onside and puts it's a good save though by Mollinson. It comes back out here towards Coles and he leaves it for Fraser. Fraser whips the ball in. Cleared by Rolfe. Comes here only as far as Hollis. Hollis little side ball out here towards Davies. Now with some pressure. Davies just turns under the challenge of Shikala. Plays the ball in here towards Dobson. Dobson gets to the edge. Joel Halloran cleans the ball out. It's hooked clear by Smith, and then Nisbet heads the ball and finds Davies. Davies just a foot inside the Hitchin Town half. Little side ball here towards Fraser. Fraser again's got a bit of space and plays it here for Warren Harris. Harris running down that near hand side. It's got a lot on it, and it's well shepherded out by Rolfe for a goal kick. But Slough with the first real chance of the game as Cole's forced to save out of the goalkeeper Mollinson. And it's forced a good save from the goalkeeper. 0-0 still here at Topfield. And it's going to be the goalkeeper Mollinson to take the kick here. And aimed here on the far hand side. Davies tries to go for it. It's won here by Vincent. And Davies gets a cheap free kick there. He appealed for a foul and the referee kindly gave it to him. Very soft in my opinion. But there you go. It's a free kick to the Rebels. Long ball here, taken quickly by Slough, looking for Dobson, well headed away by Syme, only as far as Lynch. Lynch sails Davies short, but Davies still runs with the ball here, 30 yards away from goal, then finds Manny Williams, who's appeared on the left hand side. Williams cuts inside, finds Warren Harris. Harris will try to play the ball here towards Coles. He's come to the edge of the 18-yard box. It's got Dobson now appearing on the right hand side. Dobson will get the ball in here and crosses the good ball in, headed away by Byrne. Edge of the box is Vincent, who clears. Now every player inside the Hitchin Town half. Ball comes in to Lynch. Lynch just has no one pressurising him. And then ball inside here to Manny Williams. Williams turns well, just evades a couple of challenges. Nutmeg Spring gets another one. Still run well by... so the referee will pull it back for a foul by Rolfe on Williams, and it's a free kick here to Slough. 25 yards away from goal, level with the tram line of the 6-yard box. So there you go. Slough with a free kick here. Good evening to Michael Langley, who said he's gutted he can't be here tonight, and also to Peter Jewell. Thank you for listening in. Referee just chatting to Davies and Dobson, who are standing over this free kick for the Rebels. And it looks like it will be Dobson to take this free kick here for Slough. Made his 150th appearance for the Rebels on Saturday. Can he get a goal here today? It's a 4-man wall, almost a 5-man wall, level on the 18-yard boxes. Dobson hits it low, it's hit the wall and comes straight back out here towards Sean Fraser. Back in here towards Dobson. Dobson trying to turn and get the ball in again. Crosses with his left foot, this time on the far hand side. Byrne gets a touch to it. It's out for a corner to the Rebels. And again, Slough have all the pressure here, but as of yet can't score. Halfway through the first half, still 0-0. But it's Lynch to take the corner on the far hand side. And there'll be an in-swinging corner for Slough here. Nisbet and Hollis have both come forwards. Hollis yet to score a goal for the Rebels this season. And the ball played in too close to the goalkeeper. Manny Williams will keep it in at the far hand side, will he? No, it's seen out by the captain Webb, and it's out of play for a goal kick to Hitchin Town. And the Slough fans in good voice behind that goal. And it'll be Mullinson to take the goal kick to get this game back underway. And it's a long kick by him, headed on well by George Wells. Comes here to Williams. Williams with a soft little touch finding Warren Harris. Harris back into Williams. Tries to get a 1-2, but it's well intercepted by Rolfe. And then finds Logan. Logan's ball hits Fraser, and Fraser's ball inside. Finds Scott Davies. Davies will spread the ball into the path of Wells. Wells being closed down by Logan and goes back to Hollis. Hollis finds Lynch. Lynch, he should be used to the pitch here, but he's just played the ball straight out of play. And it's out of play for a throw on the far hand side to Hitchin Town. Matt Lynch obviously had a good few seasons here at Hitchin. And it's going to be a throw here on the far hand side for Byrne. And it's flicked on again by Vincent, headed by Nisbet. He gets a second chance to clear the ball, only as far as Vincent on the far hand side. He runs straight into Wells, and Wells plays the ball forward, and Williams is offside. And it was the correct decision right in front of us here, that was. And it is an offside and a free kick here to Hitchin Town. And, it'll be Mullinson, the goalkeeper, to come and take this free kick, 10 yards inside the Hitchin Town half. And plays it forwards. Free header for Lynch to head the ball away. Comes on the far hand side to Syme. Syme jumps with Dobson. The ball falls here towards Wells. Wells chipping the ball forward, trying to find a run of Williams. Williams gets a little touch into Coles. Just plays it behind Coles. Coles has had to hold the ball up. It's intercepted by Byrne, but Coles gets a second chance. But Rolfe in the end comes across to clear, and it's here with Spring. Spring tries to feed the left back Alanaran, who does well to clear. Shikala will chase that one into the corner, but it's well seen out by Guy Hollis. And it's out of play for a throw to Slough. And they throw it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. And Turner plays a ball out onto the left hand side for Wells. Wells plays it back in here towards Nisbet. A little bit behind him, and he's had to come back to his penalty area. Then finds Lynch. Lynch under pressure from his fellow number 8 Spring. And the ball back here with Nisbet. Slough just trying to get past this high line that Hitchin have here at the moment. Quick ball out played on the far hand side, looking for Wells, who was the furthest forward for Slough. Cleared by Syme, only as far as Williams is on the halfway line, and chips the ball out here towards Warren Harris. Takes it down well on his chest, and then gets caught there by Alanaran. He just played the ball past him to Warren Harris, and then Alanaran couldn't stop himself, and it's a free kick. Referee just telling the number 3 just to be easy. Quickly taken by Sean Fraser. Poor ball by him. It's intercepted by Rolfe. Rolfe turns on the edge of his 18-yard box. Manages to clear. And Hollis comes across and gets the ball. Zips the ball down the line. And Warren Harris will try and keep it in. Halloran's there as well. And it comes through here to Rolfe. And Rolfe does well to clear. Hits it straight at Coles' bottom. And it rebounds here towards Webb. Webb finds Logan. Logan, little pass ball inside to Spring. Hitchin trying to spread the ball here to Syme, but cut out by Dobson, who finds Williams. Slough just needs a little bit of extra going forwards. Ball on the far hand side here with Lynch. Lynch cuts back towards Wells. Wells under pressure. I mean, it just skips past the challenge of his player. Ball inside here to Warren Harris. Is inside. Ball by Hitchin. Cleared. Hit Spring, and then rebounds here to Smith, but it's headed away by Nisbet. Slough in control here at the moment, but still can't score. And the ball's here with Sean Fraser. Goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner plays the ball down the field immediately. And headed away by Webb. Free header, only as far as Fraser. He leaves it for Lynch to take control. And Lynch under pressure from Logan sends it back towards Turner, and Turner waits for the ball forward. It's going to come through to Dobson. Symes with the header on the far hand side. It comes off him now to play for a throw to Slough. Taken quickly by Slough with Williams. Williams trying to turn. Ball comes off Byrne for another throw to the Rebels, and they're halfway inside the Hitchin Town half. Wells will be the player that comes across to take this throw and finds Dobson back out here towards Wells. Wells up against Symes, just trying to decide to play it in. Little 1-2 here with Manny Williams. Wells gets the ball back here, looking for a free kick, and he gets it there as Symes was just pulling his shirt. It's the right decision by the referee, and it's nothing but just a free kick. Some people behind the goal shouting for a yellow card, but that would be a little bit harsh. And it's going to be a free kick to Slough. It's in the gap between the 18-yard box and the sideline, and it's around about 15 yards away from goal, just on the far hand side. Lynch is the player that stands over this free kick for Slough. And Slough trying to get it played in near post. It's come through. It's a little flick there by Dobson. It's well saved though by Mollinson down low. And it was a fairly easy save in the end. He had plenty of time to see it. And Mollinson taking his time with this goal kick. And plays it long into the now darkening night sky here. Underneath it is Nisbet. Wins the second header, looking for a free kick. Won by Spring. Ball in towards Chicago. Out on the far hand side here to Smith. Finds Spring. Spring's first time ball in. Cleared by Hollis, and it finds Warren Harris. Harris under pressure from Alana, and the left back gets a shot in, and it's a shot across the goal, but it's well wide of the goal. But it's their first real effort by Hitchin Town, and it's wide. It's still 0-0 here at Top Field. It'll be Jack Turner to take the goal kick to get this game back underway. Eventually. And Turner takes the goal kick, aimed here to Warren Harris. Olaniran wins the header. It'll be kept in here by Vincent, who plays the ball down the line, looking for Chicala, but Hollis comes across and plays it off. It's out of play for a throw to Hitchin, halfway inside the Slough Town half. And we've come up to 30 minutes gone here at Top Field Hitchin. It's Hitchin 0, Slough Town 0. Slough with the better of the chances so far, but no real goal malfunction. Ball thrown into Chicago quite hard, and it's come out here towards Smith. Smith plays the ball in, looking for Logan. Logan being forced wide, but does well to find Smith on the return. Played here now towards Alaniran. His ball played in is blocked by a Slough Town player, and it comes here towards Scott Davies. Davies being urged to bring the ball out, finds Lynch. Lynch comes across to Sean Fraser, and Fraser finds Warren Harris. Now trying to just draw Hitchin out a little bit here. Ball in towards Lynch, who immediately plays the ball down the field. Williams is in an offside position, and Webb just plays the ball straight out of play. It's a throw to Slough, 5 yards inside the Hitchin half. Quickly taken by Warren Harris towards Sean Fraser. Fraser looks up, trying to chip the ball in. Dobson with the little flick on here. Webb heads the ball away. Comes here towards Davies. His control can't keep the ball in. It's gone out of play for a throw to Hitchin on the far hand side. And it'll be Byrne again that comes to take the throw on that far side. And again, long throw aimed towards Vincent. Wells wins the header, but it falls kindly here to Smith, and Smith slides in, and it's won back here by Matt Lynch for Slough. Oh, just heavy touch by him, and he dives in and wins the ball, and then finds Perry Coles. Coles just being urged in. It's here towards Warren Harris, and then it's Webb, the captain, but he's muscled off the ball by Harris, and then muscles him off the ball, and then Webb with the clearance finds Lewis Rolfe, and Coles just goes in with a barge from behind. It's a free kick here to Hitchin Town, and Coles just exchanged a little bit of pleasantries with Lewis Rolfe, and it'll be a free kick here just, in front of our commentary position, to be taken by the goalkeeper, Mollinson. And Mollinson to take this free kick. Plays it long here looking for Vincent. Vincent wins the head but heads it the wrong way, and it comes here towards Davies. Davies' first time ball. Volleyed back by Webb. Headed away by Davies. And Webb has a header but he can't keep it in play, and it goes out of play for a throw to Slough on this near hand side, and Sean Fraser's the player that comes across to take this throw. And his throw comes in looking for Warren Harris. It's hooked clear in the end by Webb. Underneath it is Hollis. He just gets a second chance to head of the ball. Vincent heads it on and tries to find Shakala. Shakala just robbed of the ball by a couple of Slough players. It's won back though by Vincent, and Vincent gets a couple of barges in, and a tackle from Sean Fraser means it's the first corner of the game here for Hitchin Town down this near hand side. And it will be Smith that goes across to take this corner for Hitchins. Now with some defending to do. Webb and Byrne, both with a lot of height, have gone forwards for this corner. And it's played in short to the edge of the box. As a shot comes in, it's blocked, and it comes back out here to Smith. He gets a second chance to try and put a cross in. It's gets it in the end. Header there. Goes wide of the goal, and it's out for a goal kick. Header coming from if you could just turn around and I could see your number. It's Vincent was the player with the header, so it's out for a goal kick here to Slough. 34 minutes gone, still 0-0 between the two sides. And Jack Turner to get the game underway with this goal kick, aimed on the far hand side towards Dobson. Dobson wins a header. It comes here towards Davis on the halfway line, trying to dink a little ball over. Coles is offside, and it's unlucky for Coles. He's almost got there. He's a yard offside, literally right in front of us, right along the line that we're looking at. And a good decision by the linesman here on this near side. And it's going to be a free kick to Hitchin. And it'll be Mollinson, the goalkeeper, to take this free kick halfway inside the Hitchin half. Plays the ball on the far hand side, looking for Vincent. Vincent flicks the ball on. Shikara tries to get there, but it's cleared in the end by Nisbet, but goes out of play for a throw to Hitchin on the far hand side. But it's actually been kept in. It's played here, headed away by Byrne, in towards Spring. Spring does well to evade the challenge of a couple of challenges, but now try and win the ball back here with Coles. But it's won back by Smith, and he finds a Lanaran down this left hand side, back in towards Smith. Smith under pressure, closed down really well by Matt Lynch. Slough won the ball here with Manny Williams inside towards Lynch. Just solves Lynch a little bit short. He gets there first before Spring and plays in to Davies. Davies spreads it on the far hand side, looking for George Wells. Wells has got a bit of space here to run into, and finds on the far hand side Dobson. Dobson just trying to go past Byrne on that far hand side, tries to get a cross in. It's a great cross out. It's headed away well from underneath the goal by Rolfe. It comes out though to Coles. Coles finds Davies. Davies trying to find a bit of space, gives the ball here towards Wells. Wells back out to Dobson on the far hand side, trying to turn past Syme. Still has the ball and cuts in style, still running with it, slips past the challenge, get caught there, and that's a free kick for the Rebels. And I think that the right back Syme will get a speaking to by the referee here. That's the second foul that he's committed on Dobson. It's a free kick to the Rebels, good 28 yards away from goal, but quite far wide on the far hand side. And Syme does in fact get the first yellow card of the evening, and that's on 37 minutes. And it'll be Matt Lynch standing over this free kick for Slough. The referee just marking out the 10 yards for the ball to be. Just got to come back a yard. Slough just got to be very careful. Hitchin playing quite a high line. Even on this free kick they're trying to hold the line up. And Lynch will take this free kick for Slough. Dinks the ball in, headed away well. It comes to the edge of the box, and Davies can't get a shot in. Comes out here towards Williams. Williams' shot is blocked by Spring. Ball comes here towards Logan. Logan does well to turn. Chips the ball in, looking for Shikala, but Fraser's there for Slough and hooks it into the stand on this near hand side. It's a throw to Hitchin. And it's a throw to Hitchin halfway inside the Slough Town half. They'll leave it for the left back, Olaniran. And he just comes across to take this throw for them. Quick throw in. It's missed by Shikala. It's a foul throw again. That's the second foul throw that the young left back has made. It's a throw now here to Slough. And the referee indicating that it's a throw. Slough thinking it's a free kick, but it's a foul here. And Hollis will be the player that comes across to take this throw for the Rebels. Looks like it'll be a long throw down the field for Slough, and it's aimed here towards Warren Harris. Comes off the head of Rolfe, and it'll be another throw to the Rebels once we get a ball. And Sean Fraser it is who comes across to take this throw and finds Warren Harris. Harris just sells Sean Fraser short, but Sean Fraser does well to win the ball back. Plays it down the field here, looking for Warren Harris to chase the ball into the corner. Rolfe has come across to get there, but it's good defending by the centre back, and it's out for a goal kick to Hitchin Town. And it'll be Mollinson, the goalkeeper, to take it, coming up to the last 6 minutes plus whatever the referee will add on here. 0-0 is still the score as we wait for the goalkeeper to take this goal kick. He's taking his time. And finally takes the kick, long kick, aimed away by, flicked on by Vincent, only as far as Fraser, and Fraser will try and bring the ball out for Slough. Tries to play it down the field, Olaniran with the header, and finds Smith. Smith with the ball here for Shikala to chase, but Fraser's there to clear, and it's out of play for, I think it's gone for a throw, not quite sure. It's right down the far end, and there's the cage of the tunnel is in the way. But I think it's a throw to Hitchin right by the corner flag. Rolfe is the player that goes across to take this throw for Hitchin Town. And it looks like it'll be a long throw into the box here for Slough to defend. And he plays it short in here. And it comes back out to Rolfe. Rolfe trying to turn on the far hand side. Gets a cross in. It's a good cross. Comes all the way through to Shikala. Can't get there at the far post. It's cleared by Slough. And it's here with George Wells. Wells with a little cushion ball. Trying to find Manny Williams. Spring comes diving in. Williams goes past a couple of challenges. Now runs with it. Gets caught there. And that's free. And is that the number 2 that did that? I think he's going to give a yellow card to Byrne, actually being the player that committed the foul. So number 6 Kevin Byrne is the second player into the book for Hitchin Town, clipping the heels of Manny Williams as he was just bursting into the Hitchin Town half. Hollis and Nisbet have come forwards for this free kick. Wells will be the player that takes it. And it's Wells that takes it towards the far post. Nisbet rises high, heads the ball on. Warren Harris tries to get it. Comes off the head of Logan, and Olaniran's under pressure here. Clears down the field, and it will be a throw to the Rebels. 10 yards inside the taken quickly by Lynch to find Jack Turner. Under pressure from Connor Vincent. Plays the ball down the field. It's a free header for Byrne, and his header finds on the far hand side George Wells of Slough. Slough just not getting behind the defence quick enough. Here with Williams, flicks inside towards Wells, trying to find a run of Williams. It's cleared by Byrne. Lynch closes down his fellow number 8 Spring, but Spring can play the ball out here. Given away though, Warren Harris has won it back here for Slough. Under pressure though from Smith, plays it in towards Coles. Coles gets there first for Slough, plays it into Warren Harris, and it comes off Rolfe last. It's a throw to the Rebels here, and it's around about 25 yards away from the Hitchin Town goal. Fraser has come across to take it, and he throws it in towards Lynch, chests it back in towards Fraser, finds Scott Davies. Davies under pressure from Smith, but finds Nisbet. Nisbet inside the centre circle, can bring the ball forwards and spreads it wide on the far hand side towards Wells. Wells ball inside towards Dobson. Dobson tries to dink the ball through, so poor touch, and it's here with Webb, and Webb clears, looking for Vincent. Vincent's ball over the top of him. It's cleared by Nisbet, trying to find Coles. Coles is offside. The referee has said that it's the linesman has said that Coles came back from an offside position. So there you go. So it's a free kick to Hitchin Town, 10 yards inside their own half, and we're into the final 2.5 minutes here. And it's just waiting for a ball to come in. I don't understand why they. I don't understand what Hitchin Town are doing. The free kick is about 30 yards away from where they've kicked the ball onto. And it'll be Mollinson, the goalkeeper, to take this free kick for Hitchin Town. And plays it now. Very dark here at top field. It's off the head of Nisbet and comes to Fraser. Fraser smashes the ball clear, only as far as Rolfe, who again skies that one up into the night sky. It comes off the head of Dobson. Dobson gets a second chance and steals the ball offside. Runs with the ball and then finds Warren Harris. Harris in a bit of space here now. Running to get the left back Alana. Oh, it just gets a horrible touch and it allows Alana around the chance. It just bobbled, and as he went to play it, it bobbled, hit his shin as he was running, and then went past, and Oloran's got a touch to it. So throw here to Slough, roughly level the 18-yard box of the Hitchin half. And it's thrown here towards Warren Harris. Harris trying to turn. Plays a little ball in towards Fraser. Fraser crosses first time. Headed away on the far-hand side. And it comes out, though, towards Dobson. Dobson plays it off Shikalo. It'll be a throw to the Rebels. And it's going to be a throw on the far hand side for the Rebels. George Wells to take and throws it into the box, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams holding the ball up inside the 18-yard box and then leaves it in for Lynch. Ball will come here towards Coles. Coles just muscled off the ball. It's cleared well by Hitchin. Nisbet with the covering header, and Scott Davies comes across, heads it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. And Turner just takes the ball in his hands, plays it first time. That's a lovely ball. Warren Harris is behind the defence here, heads the ball forwards. He's going to get to the byline. He needs to put a decent cross in. Plays it a little bit behind. Oh, it's left by. Oh, that is really good defending by the. There by. Turn round. It's the captain Webb who just must have got a shout from his goalkeeper. Just left the ball and it went through to. The goalkeeper, and it just needed a touch from a player. That could have gone goal was bound. Long kick by Mollinson into the night sky, easily taken down by George Wells, and the referee has dead on 45 seconds blown the whistle. And here at top field it's 0-0 between the two sides, and not the most eventful game that you'll ever see, but there you go. It's it is 0-0 here at top field, and the two sides Slough have been fairly dominant in possession, but unfortunately it's 0-0 here, with Slough not having many of the great chances on target. So there you go. We're just going to run through a couple of, we'll give you some half-time scores. My name is Mr. P. We've got your half-time quiz for you this evening, and we're going to give you two bits of quizzes here. I'm going to give you quiz part number 1 is to do with Sean Fraser. I'm going to try and tweet this out if I can as well. So bear with me. Let's just get it. I've got to read it and type it at the same time. It's not easy when you've got to hold the microphone as well. So the halftime quiz is: can you name the 4 sides that Sean Fraser has scored against in his Slough Town career? And I can't spell Fraser at the moment. Let me just get rid of that one. Let me just bear with me. Times. Oh god, I'm trying to type this. Right, let me get that right. Can you name the 4 sides? Oops, I'm trying to do that as well. So there's 4 sides that Sean Fraser has scored against in his Slough Town career. So he has 4 goals. You have to tell me who they were against. And the other one is, now I need you to name the so I'm going to give you a team. You need to tell me which town or city that team is from. So part one of the quiz is, can you name the 4 sides that Sean Fraser has scored against? And the second part of the quiz is mostly for you listening. I won't tweet this one out. It's Galatasaray play in which town or city? That's your first one. The second one is FC Schalke 04. Which city did they play in? Which city do Sampdoria play in? Which city or town do Benfica play in? And the fifth one is, which city in town do Feyenoord play in? So that's your halftime quiz in 2 different parts. So the first part is, can you name the 4 sides that Sean Fraser has scored against? And then the second part is, can you name me which town or city is home to these sides? First one is Galatasaray. The second one is FC Schalke 04. Third one is Sampdoria. The fourth one is Benfica. And the fifth one is Feyenoord. I can tell you some interesting facts about Sean Fraser. Well, not about Sean Fraser, but obviously his Slough Town career. I wouldn't do anything like that. That would be silly. Sean has now played, tonight is his 269th game. That puts him into the top 20 all-time appearances for the Rebels. Of those, he has started 251 games and been a substitute 18 times. He has scored 1 goal as a substitute. I won't tell you who that was against, because that's one of your answers. In his 269 games, Sean Fraser has picked up 18 yellow cards, and he's been named man of the match on 14 different occasions. And just a little thing, Sean Fraser got man of the match in his 2nd and 4th game for the Rebels, and he got booked in his 3rd ever game for Slough. So there you go. So that's some interesting bits there for Sean Fraser, who's now in the top 20 appearances for Slough Town's history. And if he plays on Wednesday evening, he will move up to 18th in the all-time list. So there you go. That's some facts there for you. I'll read you the answers to the halftime quiz if I can remember. And congratulations went to James Dobson on Saturday. Played his 150th game for the Rebels. And also to George Wells, who on Saturday played his 50th game for the Rebels, as Rebels players start knocking up the appearance figures here. We'll run through, see if there's any half-time substitutions when they come out. We'll see if we can find you some scores as well in other games that are being played this evening. I can tell you in the Premier League it's West Ham 0, Stoke 0. In the National League North it's Curzon Ashton 1, Nuneaton 1. In the National League South it's Chelmsford 2, Wealdstone 0. In the Bostik League Premier Division it's Brightlingsea Regent 0, Leatherhead 2. It's Kingstonian 1, Mersham 1. Then what else have we got? In the Bostik League 2 it's Aveley 0, Haringey Borough 2. And at the moment those are all the scores that I've got through at the moment. We'll see if we can find you some other ones for you as well. And there you go. So just a recall of your quiz question is, can you name the 4 sides that so look at you all. Rebels got one wrong. Congratulations to David Randall, who's correct in his things. If you're as you're out there, David, can you name which one of those 4 sides is which side did he score as a sub for? You've got he's got some of the other ones. So I want you to know, where do Galatasaray play?
36400.
Where do FC Schalke play? Where do Sampdoria play? where do Benfica play? This is which town or city? And David Randall hasn't got the Feyenoord. I got your answer there. You've got 4, Mr. Randall, but I need you to, without cheating, can you tell me where Feyenoord is a town or city? So there you go. And good evening to Lorna Fraser, who's Sean's mum. Very proud mum, I'm sure, with Sean getting into the top 20 appearances here. And quite funny that Hitchin are playing Come Feel the Noise, which has been adopted by the Slough fans as a song. They were singing that on Saturday. And I've got to say that top field here at Hitchin Town looks absolutely amazing under the floodlights. They've had new floodlights put in place sometime last year. It was that the new floodlights went in, and it really does make it look very bright here at Hitchin Town. Hopefully that brightness will allow us to have a goal or two in the second half. And David Randall's got them all right. Colin Davies is quite right that Sean Fraser scored his only goal as a sub against Gainsborough earlier this season in the FA Cup. And as some of you have already got it, the 4 sides that Sean Fraser has scored against, and David Randall even got him in the right order. It's Burnham, which was a 96-minute equaliser from about 3 yards out, Beaconsfield, Hazen Yedding and Gainsborough. So there you go, Rebels got them as well. And David Randall has also got the other ones right as well. I'll read them out to everyone else who maybe hasn't got in contact with the answers. And we're just a couple of minutes, we're about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half. And we're just going to see if we can find you some other scores from other teams. Let's have a look, see if we can get the South and West. So we'll try and find you some other scores from there we go, this is what we wanted. So in the Evo Stick East and West, which is the leagues below Slough, it's Cambridge City 1, Hanwell Town 0. And in the West, it's Kidlington 0, Bideford 2. And Slough have been to all 4 of those sides in recent years. So just watching some of the Slough subs just warming up here for the start of the second half. We'll keep you updated with any further goals. And we're just going to see if some of the players are starting to come out a bit earlier here at the moment. And thank you very much, saying that was a good quiz. I do have to say thank you to Dean Beckett, who's one of the Slough Town fans who often comes on the train as well. He very kindly on Saturday bought us a Match of the Day quiz book, which is where I got your other questions from. So thanks to Dean Beckett. So I don't have to struggle now looking at various things I've got some answers to, so we can try and extend and make them a little bit difficult for you. Maybe today's was a little bit too easy for you. So there you go. And we'll just give people a couple more minutes to get their answers. I did have a couple of other ones actually, and I didn't actually know where they were. Slough players just starting to come out here for the start of the second half. Just going to see if there are any substitutions. Just wonder if Matt Lynch went into the right dressing room. He's just having a chat with some Hitchin Town people here. And Slough won the earlier meeting between these two sides back in September, where Slough won 4-0. James Dobson getting a hat-trick that evening, and the other goal coming from Simon Dunn. Dunn still injured, unfortunately, at the moment. And just coming out is Slough's top 20 all-time appearance record player in Sean Fraser. And out comes a couple of others. So we're not far away from kick-off for the start of the second half. So we've given people a lot of enough time. David Randall's got all the answers right on our quiz. The answers were... The questions were, which town or city provided these clubs? Galatasaray play in Istanbul. FC Schalke 04 play in Gelsenkirchen. Sampdoria play in Genoa. Benfica play in Lisbon. And the one that I couldn't get, bear in mind, even though the answer's in front of me, Feyenoord play in Rotterdam. So there you go, those are your answers for tonight's quiz. And I'd better put the answers out to that, hadn't I? Better put the answers on Twitter. So some of the Slough players just coming back out. Can't be too far away from the start of the second half. I think I put the quiz out on Saturday and I forgot to put the answers on. So there you go. So, just having a look to see if there's any substitutions. Doesn't look like there's any substitutions at the moment. And, yeah, no substitutions for the start of the second half. So, your starting lineups are in goal for Hitchin, Josh Mollington. 2 is Toby Sybe. 3 is Daniel O'Lanaran. 4 is Lewis Rolfe. 5 is Dan Webb, who's the captain. 6 is Kevin Byrne. 7 is Hugo Logan. 8 Matthew Spring. 9 Connor Vincent. 10 Patrick Shikala. And 11 is Charlie Smith. The substitutes for Hitchin Town this evening are 12 Johnny McNamara, 14 Josh Bickstaff, 15 Gisardo De Silva, 16 Josh Coley, 17 is Kieran Barnes. For the Rebels, Jack Turner's in goal. 2 Sean Fraser. 3 is George Wells. 4 is Guy Hollis. 5 is Mark Nisbet, who's the captain. 6 is Scott Davies. 7 is James Dobson. 8 Matt Lynch. 9 Perry Coles. 10 Manny Williams. 11 Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels this evening are 12 Nathan Smart, 14 Matt Day, 15 Lee Togwell, 16 Harrison Jilks, and 17 is Chris Flood. Looks like everyone's coming on. Simon Martin. Oh. There you go. Look, I said there was no substitute, and they've just announced one. Coming off is Matt Spring. Coming on is 14 Josh Bickerstaff. That's a half-time substitution. You can see how good I am at spotting that. So it's Spring off and Bickerstaff on. And it's Hitchin Town who will have the kick-off. Slough will be shooting from right to left this half. Yeah, we're just waiting for Mr. Reeson, the referee, to get this game started, and it does. It's Hitchin with the ball on the far-hand side. And straight out of play, it's gone, and now for a throw to Slough in front of our commentary position, with George Wells, the player, standing over this. Oh, I've got a bit of thing caught. Quick ball down the line here, looking for Williams. Williams takes a touch, but it's come off Byrne, and Webb chases it and goes back towards his goal. It just takes a little bobble there, and it's being chased down by Williams. Ball played forwards. Lynch slips as he goes to head the ball. It's Vincent with the ball forwards, looking for Shikala. Wells gets the ball here with Slough, cuts past a couple of chances and plays the ball with his right foot. Dobson will chase the ball down into the corner, and it's cleared by the goalkeeper Mollington. And Davies tries to let the ball down, but it comes to Vincent. Here to the substitute Bickerstaff. Plays the ball over the top. Wells in a foot race with Shikala. Shikala gets there first with a burst of speed, but Wells just puts his body in the way and brings the ball out here for the Rebels. And still has the ball. And goes back here towards Lynch, and Lynch can clear for Slough. Looking for the run of Manny Williams. The header comes in, and it's all the way out for a throw to Slough. And Dobson will take it on the halfway line, finds Manny Williams. Williams trying to play it out on the far right hand side to Warren Harris. Harris just cuts inside, still has the ball, and finds Scott Davies. Davies back in towards Lynch. He's inside the centre circle and spread on the far hand side to Sean Fraser. Fraser cuts back inside, plays the ball forwards and finds Warren Harris in a central position in towards Nisbet. Nisbet trying to spread the ball out here to Dobson. It's a bit too high and goes straight out of play for a throw to Hitchin Town. And it'll be Byrne who comes across to take this throw for Hitchin. And it'll be a long throw down the field. And it's looking for Bickerstaff. Wells wins the header. It comes off Syme last. It'll be a throw to Slough. They'll leave it for Wells to take. And Slough, sit down, mate. Jeez. Wells will take the throw eventually and finds Manny Williams. Williams just turns one way, just goes down, wins a really soft free kick for a foul by Rolfe there. And it's a free kick to the Rebels, 35 yards away from goal. Lench and Dobson standing over this free kick for the Rebels. I think they can just let Matt Lench take the free kick. And it will be Lench to take it. It's more like 40 yards away from goal, 35, 40 yards away from goal. And Lench will take this free kick for Slough. And again, Nisbet and Hollis have gone forwards for the Rebels. Just trying to get past the high back line that Hitchin have. And it's played on the far hand side. Comes in, headed across, edge of the box, flicked on by Syme. Comes through to Williams, his shot's blocked. Again, another block by Warren Harris. Comes out here towards Hollis. Hollis finds Scott Davies. Then Davies in towards Lench. Lench will play it here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser's under pressure, plays it back towards Jack Turner. Turner takes a touch, and Vincent comes and closes him down. And no, wrong decision there by Jack Turner. It's a throw to Hitchin Town just on the halfway line. And it's taken by Olanaran. It's headed away by Warren Harris. Flicked on here towards Manny Williams, has come deep. Finds Lench. Lench with the ball here towards Wells. Wells has got a bit of time and space to play the ball and finds Warren Harris. Good ball by Wells, and Warren Harris down that right hand side up against Olanaran. Still gets the ball in. Gets across in. It's deflected off Olanaran and comes here to Rolfe. And Rolfe under pressure clears the ball, finding Vincent, but headed away by Slough, and it comes here towards Lench. Back into Nisbet, immediately spread here towards George Wells. Wells under pressure from Bickerstaff. He goes past him and chips the ball over, looking for Warren Harris. Harris will try and keep that ball in down by the corner flag, and it does so, and it comes off Olanaran last. It's a corner to Slough on the far hand side. And the Slough fans in a bit of good voice behind the goal here this second half. And it will be an in-swinging corner here that Dobson will take. And it goes into the box. It's headed away well by Olanaran. Comes to the edge of the box. Headed back in by Slough. Headed away by Syme. Comes on by Vincent, who clears. And it comes out here to Slough. So I've got a player down injured at the moment here. But it's still balls here with Matt Lench. And it's Davies, I think it is, who's injured. Slough still have the ball here with Wells. And it's spread out on the far hand side here to Sean Fraser. Fraser finds Wells. Wells and Fraser have just swapped sides here at the moment. And the ball's here with Dobson, who swapped sides well. Good ball in by him. Comes off the head, comes to the far hand side. And Mollinson trying to get there, but Warren Harris is in there. Finds Williams on the edge of the box. Williams just overrunning the ball. It's cleared well by Hitchin and finds Vincent. Vincent with the ball here towards Syme. Syme coming down the right hand side. Plays the ball here looking for Smith, but Hollis comes across and clears only as far as Syme. He comes down this near hand side, stops and turns, and still has the ball. Crosses in first time. It's a good ball, headed away well by George Wells on the right hand side now at the moment. And it's cleared in the end by Turner for Slough, long down the field, and it'll come here on the far hand side. Dobson will try and keep the ball in, but Olanaran gets their burst but can't keep it in. It's out of play for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. And it'll be a throw to come in from Sean Fraser on that far side. And in towards Lynch, back in towards Fraser. It's now under pressure here with Pusher, but this ball here's with Williams. Williams in the ball to find Coles. Coles back in towards Williams. Williams gets there, and it's a great challenge in the end there by Rolf, who just gets in there just as Manny Williams was about to fire. Goal was out for a corner to Slough. And again, it will be Dobson who goes across to take this corner for the Rebels. And it's going to be an in-swinging corner for Slough again. Nisbet and Hollis forwards for this. And Slough with a different formation here for this corner. And it comes to the deep post. Wallinson's underneath, gets a hand to it, pushes it on, and it's hooked clear by Hitchin, only as far as Davies for Slough. And Davies spreads the ball to Wells, but just a little bit behind him, and Wells under pressure from Chikala goes through to Turner. Turner being closed down by Vincent. Ball over the top here, and Nisbet furthest forwards for Slough, tries to get there, but Mollinson comes to the edge of his box and gathers the ball just before Nisbet can get there. And Lynch has just dropped in while Nisbet makes his way back. And the ball played. Oh, Coles just tries to close it down there. Almost got there. Ball's flicked on here by Vincent towards Bickerstaff. His header comes through towards Logan, who flicks the ball on. Hollis with a little back header. It's a little bit short, but Jack Turner has to be alert to get to the ball quickly there before Vincent. And then Turner launches a long kick down the field here. And still it's Warren Harris and Dobson swapping sides here. So Harris down the left, Dobson down the right. It's come out for a throw to the Rebels down the far hand side. 5 yards inside the Hitchin half, taken quickly by Manny Williams into the path of Hollis. Hollis back in towards Williams. Williams skips past the challenge. Plays the ball down the field here, looking for a cross there by Dobson, but it's well blocked by Alanaran. It's another corner for Slough on the far hand side. And Slough with a bit of pressure here at the moment, but still yet to really test the Hitchin Town goalkeeper. And again, Dobson's the player that goes across to take this corner. And it was Warren Harris standing on the goalkeeper. Not literally on the goalkeeper. It's whipped in with some pace. Comes through. It comes off the head of a Hitchin player. Nisbet hits it across goal. It's hooked clear. And it's out for yet another corner to Slough Town. This time it will be Lynch who will take the corner on this near side to the main stand. And Slough with another bit of pressure here, but still 0-0 between the two sides. Coming up to 10 minutes gone in the second half. Lynch with this in-swinging corner. I think the ball goes into the box. It goes all the way through. It's hooked clear by Syme, that goes out for yet another corner to the Rebels, and that's 5 early corners in this second half. And again, it will come in from Lynch. And Slough just trying to get on the end of one of these bits of delivery. All the corners have been good delivery so far. And again, Lynch to take this corner. Whipped into the box. Headed goalwards by Hollis. Comes to the edge of the box. And it was Perry Coles with the shot, but it was well wide and high and over the top of the bar. And out for a goal kick. And it'll be Mollinson in the Hitchin Town goal to take the kick. And it's Mollinson with the goal kick. Not the best of kicks here. It's flicked on well by Rolf. Comes here towards Wells. Wells' header falls to Dobson. Dobson leaves it for Davies, but it's hooked clear. Trying to find Chikala, but it's won back by Slough. And then it comes off Logan for a touch to Hitchin Town. And George Wells in front of us will come to take this throw. And just looking for a bit of an option here. And finds Dobson. Dobson flicking the ball, looking for Coles. Coles being held up here by Byrne, but Coles still has the ball. And plays a little ricochet, comes through towards Logan, but Wells nips in and steals the ball off him. Can run forwards here for Slough. Finds Manny Williams. Williams is offside, and it will be a free kick to Hitchin Town. Hitchin playing a good high offside trap here, and Slough have been falling for it all the first half. It looks like it's carrying on in the second half as well, but still yet to and it'll be a free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper Mollinson. And this is a better kick down the field for him, aimed again towards Vincent, well headed away by Hollis, comes in towards Coles, who wins the ball and finds Lynch. Lynch 10 yards inside the Slough half, plays ball now to Warren Harris, is now back on the right hand side looking for Coles. It's intercepted and comes here through to Vincent. Vincent trying to feed the ball through. Lynch with the block, it comes out on the far hand side and it's played forward, comes into the box. Shikala gets to the thing there and it's a diving challenge by Hollis, comes through by Nisbet and it's cleared by Shikali, looking for the run of Vincent, but it's picked up here by Scott Davies. And Davies with the ball down the field, it comes off the shin of Byrne, it's out for a throw to Slough. And it's going to be Davies who takes with a quick long throw, looking for the run of Manny Williams down this near hand side. Williams does well to keep the ball in and then crosses first time to the edge of the box where Warren Harris tries to get there. It's been cleared by Rolfe in the end, and it comes through to Hollis with the header. Lynch tries to flick the ball on. It's one back. That's got to be a free kick to Slough, surely, referee. Ball was played on and well spotted by the referee. Warren Harris got caught there and was on the floor complaining that it should have been a free kick. It should have been a free kick. The referee played on, then saw the linesman signal on the far hand side, and he's given a free kick to Slough 40 yards away from the goal. And Webb, the captain, just asking what the referee what that was about. But in the end, the correct decision is given. And standing over the free kick is Matt Lynch. Nisbet's gone forward for Slough. Hollis has stayed back. And it'll be Lynch to take this free kick for Slough. Whips it in on the far hand side, headed away by Webb. It'll come out on the far hand side here to Dobson. Dobson just on there, cuts inside onto his left foot, plays the ball in hard and low. Comes back out here towards Nisbet. Nisbet shaking off the ball, comes through and it will roll all the way through to the goalkeeper Mollinson. And Slough still can't get past this tight Hitchin defence here at the moment. And Mollinson, long kick into this now dark sky. Comes here and it's free header for Fraser, only as far as Rolfe. Rolfe plays the ball forwards first time. Vincent pushing in. It's a foul by Guy Hollis. And Vincent was pushing him. And I suppose it's 6 for one and half and dozen of the other, but Vincent seems to be pushing him backwards, and it's a free kick here to Hitchin Town, 30 yards away from the Slough goal, level with the tram line of the 6-yard box. Standing over it is Charlie Smith and the substitute Josh Bickerstaff. And Slough with some defending to do here as the three centre backs in Rolfe. Rolfe's stay back actually, so it's just Webb and Byrne who have gone forwards for this free kick. Looks like Slough are going to be making a substitution in a second on the far hand side. As this free kick comes in from Smith, he takes a shot at goal. Oh, it forces a really good save from Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Best effort of the whole game goes to Charlie Smith with the free kick, and it's produced a full length save from Jack Turner. He pushes the ball round the goal and out for a corner here to Hitchin. And Smith, the player that took that free kick, will go across to take the throw. Corner, sorry. Out-swinging corner here for Slough to defend. The referee just saying that Shikala's pushing in on the goalkeeper, and the rest is just going to have a word with Shikala and Dobson, I think it is, who's the other player involved. And it's going to be Byrne who makes a late run here as it goes towards the far post. There is Webb who heads the ball, but well wide of the goal and out of play for a goal kick. You're going to see the first substitution for the Rebels this evening. Coming off is number 9. And coming on, I think, is Chris Flood. So it's Perry Cole's off, and coming on is Chris Flood. And that's substitution on 62 minutes. Perry Cole's off, Chris Flood on. So Slough with Williams and Flood up front as Turner takes the goal kick to get the game back underway. And it's flicked on well here by Flood into the path of Warren Harris. Harris down that right hand side up against Rolfe and gets his cross in, but it's blocked by Rolfe. It's out of play for a throw to Slough right by the corner flag. And Hollis signals that he's going to come forward to take this long throw. And it's going to be Guy Hollis that goes across on the far hand side to take this throw. A couple of yards away from the corner flag. Played into the box. Up there is, it's been headed across the box. Comes through here towards Dobson. Dobson up against Simon. Gets his cross in towards far post. Headed away. Comes to the edge of the box where Slough still have the ball. And it's here on the far hand side. And it's come into towards Lynch. Lynch has the ball robbed off him. It's cleared down here, looking for Vincent. Vincent holds the ball up well here for Hitchin, but then just runs into Hollis, who's won the ball back for Slough and finds Warren Harris, but it's just a little bit overrun. It's cleared by Hitchin and out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. And it will be Sean Fraser to take the throw on that far side. Plays in towards Manny Williams. How can you? Oh, I think the referee's given a foul throw against Sean Fraser this time. So it'll be a throw to Hitchin now on the far side. Taken by O'Lanaran, flicked on by Bickerstaff, cleared by Slough into the centre for Flood to hold the ball up, but Slough overrun it. It's gone out of play for a throw to Hitchin, 10 yards inside their own half. Played 18 minutes of the second half, still 0-0 here between Hitchin Town and Slough Town. And O'Lanaran with the throw. It's flicked on in the end by two Hitchin players. Hooked clear by Nisbet. Williams in a foot chase here with Webb. Webb gets there first. So he heads it past his own goalkeeper. And it's actually forced a really good save by the goalkeeper to stop it going out for a corner. And he gathers the ball at the second attempt. Powerful header by the Hitchin Town captain, forcing the goalkeeper into a save. And it's cleared there by Hitchin all the way to Connor Vincent. Cleared by Slough with Lynch into the path of Davies. Davies finds Dobson on this left hand side. Dobson chips the ball forward to no one. Wins his own little flick on here and he finds Manny Williams. Williams in the centre, picks the ball out of his feet and then finds the ball out towards Warren Harris. He's got Fraser coming down the right hand side if he needs him, or he tries to play it through. O'Lanaran gets a touch to it, goes out of play for a throw to Slough. Slough just not getting a bit of fluency here today, and they're being well kept back by Hitchin Town. And it'll be a long throw into the box this time by Davies on the far hand side. And a huge throw. It's flicking around in the box. Comes to the edge here where it's a shot by Sean Fraser. Let's just be kind and say that it's not in the ground. And Sean only scores two types of goals. They're either a yard out or they're absolute crackers. So he's going for the cracking goal, but just a little bit high. You can see a second substitution on the far hand side for Hitchin Town. Coming off is the captain Dan Webb. And coming on is number 12, Johnny McNamara. And Webb just gets a good round of applause. And McNamara comes on to the field of play. And that's on 65 minutes. And the game will restart with a goal kick. Here by Mollinson in the Hitchin Town goal, flicked on by Lynch, only as far as Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff launches that high into the night sky. Wells is underneath it with Vincent. Wells just heads the ball out of play. It's a throw to Hitchin Town. And it's Simon comes across to take this for Hitchin. And comes in here towards Logan. Logan holds the ball up in towards Simon. Simon has a chance to cross straight into the face of Lench, and then Simon plays the ball here towards Bickerstaff, who's now the captain for Hitchin. Ball played onto the edge of the box, headed away by Nisbet. Lench beaten to the ball by Simon. Nisbet gets a second header, and it will try and come towards Flood. Headed away by Rolf, and as far as Lench. Lench's header finds Warren Harris. Harris just takes the ball down, trying to go past Alanaran on the far hand side. Good defending by the left back, but can't keep the ball in place. Out of play for a throw to Slough, far hand side. Sean Fraser gets the ball back here from Chris Flood, and under pressure hits it with his left foot, trying to find Manny Williams, but it's just down the side. It's gone straight out of play for goalkeeper's kept it in to wait for, I don't know, is he placed in time at 0-0? Can't be. It's the ball's in the hand of the goalkeeper Mollinson, who kicks that one long into this night sky. Underneath it is McNamara. Good control by him. Wins the ball and finds Logan. Logan's header finds Vincent. Ball trying to find McNamara. McNamara up against Wells. Wells sees him off here at the moment, but he's forced into the corner. And Wells sees it out for a goal kick. And it'll be a goal kick to the Rebels. And it'll be Jack Turner to get the goal kick going. Looking for Dobson. Dobson's first touch in towards Davis, but it's won back by McNamara, but Dobson tries to get this. Coming back by Logan towards McNamara. Cut out by Wells. Into the centre here for Smith for Hitchin. Plays the ball over the top for Vincent to chase. Vincent gets to the edge of the box up against Nisbet. He's got a bit of help here from McNamara. McNamara just being forced wide though. Gets his cross in. It comes off Nisbet for a corner to Hitchin Town. And Slough with some defending to do here, as Byrne looks like he's going to go forwards for this corner. It'll be Charlie Smith who goes across to take it. Smith with the best effort of the game so far with that free kick, well saved by Jack Turner. And it's an in-swinging corner to come in from Hitchin Town. And it's whipped in with some pace, so Turner just punches the ball away. Still comes out here towards Logan, who can find Smith, who can get a second chance. Crosses in second time. Goes all the way to the back post, goes past everyone, and it's gone straight out of play for a goal kick. Two players down injured at the back post, but both are safely to their feet. And it's a goal kick to the Rebels here. We've played, just gone over the halfway mark of the second half. Still 0-0 between the two sides. And it's Turner with the goal kick aimed here towards Dobson. Dobson flicking the ball on. Williams will chase the ball down. He's got Dobson near him if he needs him. Gets in towards Dobson. Dobson cuts on the outside of Smythe. Puts the sign, put the ball in. Headed by Flood. And Slough scores! The goal will go to Chris Flood or Matt Lench. Who's going to claim it? It was Flood who heads the ball back. Lench got the final touch. Not sure who you're going to give it to. Chris Flood. Give it to Chris Flood. So we'll give it to Chris Flood. Although Lynch got a final touch, I think the ball was over the net, and Slough have the lead here with Chris Flood with the goal on 70 minutes. Here, so Slough with the lead. Chris Flood now with 24 goals this season for the Rebels. And it's Hitchin Town with the kickoff here. And the ball here with Smith, who plays it here, looking for Vincent, smashed clear by Wells, and it hits Flood, comes back out here towards Smith, who tries his luck on the right hand side, trying to find Shikala. Shikala been a bit quiet the second half, but has the ball this time and tries to run through, hooked clear in the end by Warren Harris, and it's out of play for a throw to Hitchin on the far hand side. And it's Alanaran with the throw, hooked away by Warren Harris. Ball been played into the centre. Nisbet heads the ball on, only as far as Syme. Syme, the right back, central position, chipping the ball over, looking for McNamara. Wells is there for Slough, but McNamara just gets his body in the way and holds the ball up. Here, just looking for an option. Option comes here from Smith, being closed down by Lynch. Back into McNamara, gives the ball back towards Smith. Smith been trying to turn. Oh, does really well to get the ball there and trying to play it in towards McNamara. McNamara just inside the box, trying to turn. Goes down and looking for a penalty, but it's come back towards Dobson. And Dobson plays the ball down the line, finding Manny Williams. Williams holds and turns, getting his shirt pulled there, but Referee says play on. He finds Warren Harris. Harris flicking the ball on, trying to find Flood. Flood tries to keep the ball in on the far hand side, does well, and comes down the right hand side, running with the ball inside to Warren Harris, but nicked back here by Shikala. In here to the centre towards Smith. Ball played in, looking for McNamara. McNamara's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's got Hollis there. Oh, superb defending by Guy Hollis, who managed to get back and stick a leg out and win the ball. And finds Wells. Wells with the ball up here towards Williams. Game just becoming a little bit scrappy here. Ball over the top looking for Dobson. Dobson's offside. There, that was a tight decision, but it's a free kick here to Hitchin Town. And quality tackle there by Guy Hollis. Really, it was 2-on-1 really. McNamara was coming through to goal. He had Shikana on his inside. And Hollis just stuck a leg out to defend for Slough. And it's still Hitchin Town 0, Slough Town 1. It's Mollington to take this free kick for Hitchin, aimed on the far hand side. It's well flicked on here, but Turner will come and claim that ball just on the edge of his penalty area. And we'll just look to slow the game down a little bit here. And a long kick here by Turner, looking for Flood down that far hand side. Comes off the back of Halloran, and Warren Harris is in here, crosses first time, and the goalkeeper at full stretch does really well to take that underneath his bar, with Williams just ghosting it at the back post. Good goalkeeping there by the Hitchin Town goalkeeper. And a long kick by him will be cut out here by Sean Fraser, but his header's not the best, and it comes out on the far hand side to Shikala. Shikala looks like he's gone right midfield since of the introduction of McNamara. Tries to play the ball inside. It's one back here by Lynch, who finds Warren Harris. Back towards Lynch, who plays the double down, and Manny Williams tries to ghost in on Byrne here, but Byrne clears only as far as Davies. Davies will keep the ball in for Slough, finding Warren Harris. Harris plays it in off Lanaran, and it's a throw to Slough on the far hand side. It's a throw on the halfway line that Slough are in no hurry to take at the moment. And Cambridge City have gone 2-0 up in their game against Hanwell. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Manny Williams, but it's just being shielded well by Rolfe. In fact, it comes off Rolfe. It's a corner to Slough. So Manny Williams does well to it's a corner for Slough on the far hand side. Good play there by the Rebels. And it means it's going to be an in-swinging corner here for Slough. Good evening to Will Tuck, who's listening in. And it's Dobson to take this in-swinging corner here for Slough. And again, the two centre-backs have gone forward for the Rebels here. It's taken towards the far post, and Slough had the ball in the back of the net, but the referee said that there was some pushing and shoving, and it's been disallowed. It's a free kick to Hitchin in their side, their 6-yard line. And Morrison being urged to kick the ball towards Vincent, but it's won by Nisbet here with Manny Williams. Williams just holds the ball up well and finds Nisbet. Nisbet trying to free Warren Harris up on the far hand side, finds him. Good control there by Harris, and up against the Lanaran, just goes down the side, gets a cross in. It's come off the Lanaran. It's out for another corner to the Rebels on that far side. And Rebel claiming he's the new Pep Guardiola, saying at half time that he needed Chris Flood, and Chris Flood's come on to score. Now, if you could just put Friday's Euro Millions winning numbers on as well for us, that would be fantastic. And it's this time it's a out-swinging corner here to be taken by Matt Lynch. And Sean Fraser going on a wide running run at the far hand side. Goes near post towards Manny Williams. Ball ricochets here towards Byrne, who can bring the ball out here for Hitchin, but it's just overrun it a little bit, and Lynch sees the ball out for a throw to Slough, 10 yards inside the Hitchin half. So Slough with the 1-goal lead, scored by Chris Flood on the 70th minute. And it's Hollis who comes across to take this throw for Slough, looking to keep Hitchin pinned in their area. Long throw by him, finding Flood by the corner flag. Flood keeping the ball in, and comes off his foot last. It's out of play for a throw to Hitchin down that corner side. And it's O'Lanaran that takes the throw, trying to find Vincent. Vincent does well to turn, but it's a good challenge there by Hollis. It's gone out of play for a throw to Hitchin. The Slough bench looking for and it's a ball played forwards. It's played in the air by Warren Harris, kept in on the far hand side by Vincent. Only comes through to Lynch. Lynch goes down holding his knee here, challenged by Bigstaff. Ball's here with Syme, and Lynch still down, injured on the pitch. Ball here with Smith. Smith trying to run past Davies, does well. Finds McNamara. McNamara's ball inside. It's a shot there by Logan in the end that goes wide over the top of the goal. And a good chance for me. A good chance there for Hitchin as Lynch makes his way back on his feet there, but it's out for a goal kick. And we'll just wait for another ball to come in. We've played 32 minutes of the second half, so just 13 minutes left here for Slough to hold on to this 1-goal lead. And Turner will get the game back underway with this goal kick. And Turner takes the kick. It's aimed towards Dobson, but headed away there by Smith. McNamara's in a foot race here with Wells. Wells just pushes McNamara away, and it's a free kick here for Hitchin Town. Foul conceded by George Wells. And Wells is going to get a yellow card for that challenge. Can't understand that. It's definitely a foul. It's clearly a free kick by George Wells, but how he's giving him a yellow card, I do not know. But Wells gets a yellow card on 78 minutes. That's the first yellow card for the Rebels this evening. And that is card number 6 for George Wells this season. So now we're just a 2-man wall here. And it's Smith again standing over this free kick for Hitchin. Manny Williams just being urged to come back in for Slough into the penalty spot area. Smith standing over this free kick for Hitchin. And he goes for goal, and it's an easy catch there by Jack Turner, just going towards the top of the goal, but Turner positioned himself well to claim that ball, and it's in the end it's a standard save for the Slough Town goalkeeper. And he'll just aim a long kick into the night sky. Underneath it is Byrne. He lets the ball bounce. Goalkeeper comes out and he just heads it softly to him. And the ball's in the hand of Mollinson. And he puts it back into that night sky. The ball's in a lot of air under there. Hollis wins the header for Slough, and it finds Warren Harris. Hollis trying to find Flood with the ball forwards, but it's cut out here by Alana around the left back. He runs straight into Warren Harris. It's out of play off Harris for a throw to Hitchin on the halfway line. Got about 10.5 minutes left here. You can see a third and final substitution for Hitchin Town. Just going to see if the throw's going to come in first, though, from Alanaran. It comes off the head of Warren Harris, being forced back here for Vincent. Vincent under the pressure now, trying to win the ball back with various challenges. Ball comes and finds Lynch. Lynch finds Hollis with the ball. Ball breaking for Flood. Flood's on side here, and he's up against Burns. Got Williams here with him. Tries to play it through to Williams. It comes off Byrne last, and Byrne tries to keep the ball in the corner flag, and he does well. Plays it off a Slough player, does he, for a throw? No, his ball's still in play here, and it's here with Alanahan. Plays the ball down. Nisbet with the volleyed clearance away, only as far as Smith. Smith will play it straight out here towards McNamara. Wells with the first header. McNamara will try and keep the ball in, and just plays it in towards Smith. Good play there by McNamara towards Smith. Smith under pressure from Scott Davies, trying to go past him. Still has the ball, but Davies still with him. Smith there has the ball at his feet, chips it out on the left hand side. Fraser wins the header for Slough, and his header finds Chris Flood. Little cushion touch by Flood, Souls Slough short. The ball's here with Rolfe, who's coming forwards from his centre back position. Slough trying to nick the ball off. It's here with the left back Alanaran, but he gives the ball away here towards Lynch, and Lynch looks up trying to find Dobson on the far hand side. Well headed away by Syme, but Dobson gets the flick on, still with the ball on this left hand side, being urged to run past him on the corner. Trying to turn. He's got 3 players there. McNamara comes across and wins the ball, but it comes out here towards Wells, and Wells puts his ball on the foot, plays it in, looking for Flood on the far hand side. Flood just trying to, he stretches to try and get there, and just gets the slightest bit of contact, but can't direct it goal with this out of play for a goal kick. And you'll see that third and final substitution for Hitchin Town now. And it's going to be Connor Vincent, the player, coming off, and he was replaced by, my eyes are really bad whether it's 15 or 16. Is it 16? This placed by 15 is Desijado de Silva, is the player who's come on in place of Connor Vincent. So that's the third and final substitution for Hitchin. We're into the last 8 minutes of this game here, plus whatever the referee will add on. There's been no injury time stoppages or anything, so the ball's been headed off the head of Wells. It finds McNamara. McNamara's been covered here by Nisbet. Nisbet gets to the edge of the box. It's McNamara still with the ball. Sliding tackle though by Scott Davis, and then Dobson plays it off Simon out for a throw to the Rebels. Good tackle there by Scott Davis, filling in. And it's a throw to Slough, which George Wells will come across to take. And Slough will just take their time with this throw. And George Wells to take this throw. Level of his 18-yard box. Played it in. Flood tries to flick the ball on, and it's hooks clear in the end by Byrne. Lands on the roof of our little stand here. It's a throw to the Rebels. Keep going, George. Keep going. You've got another 5 or 6 yards yet. And Wells to take this throw. Again looking for Flood. Flood is helping off the head of Simon. Comes through to Manny Williams. Rolfe is trying to see it back there. Falls on. The referee gives that as a foul. That's a soft foul there. And it's a free kick to Hitchin Town right by the corner flag, which the goalkeeper Mollinson has gone across to take. And Mollinson with this long kick down the field. Underneath it is George Wells. Comes off the head of McNamara. And well seen by the linesman there on this near hand side. He's actually had a good game actually. He's been in front of me all the time, and young guy just having a very good game. And it's a throw here for Slough. George Wells will take it. Just looking for an option. And then Wells takes the throw, looking for Flood. Flood trying to flick the ball on. It comes back out here towards Flood. Flood's ball inside finds Dobson. Dobson central position. Trying to feed in more on Harris. Harris takes a shot. Great defending by Alanaran, but the ball falls on the far hand side to Harris. He gets the ball in, but it comes off Alanaran again. Good defending by the young left back there. His first block was really, really good as Warren Harris came in and then recovered to block the ball out. It's a corner on the far hand side for Slough, but the young left back Daniel Olanaran had a very good block and tackle there. It's a corner to Slough. Dobson will go across to take it. And again, it's an in-swinging corner for the Rebels. Just Nisbet forwards for this one on from the defence for the Rebels. And it's taken, whipped in with some pace. Bounces, it bounced all the way through the 6-yard box. And it must have got a touch off a Hitchin Town player because it's gone out for another corner to the Rebels. This time Matt Lynch will be the player that goes across to take this corner. Into we've got about 6 minutes of time added on. Good evening to Miles Reardon, who's listening in as well. And it's Lynch to take this in-swinging corner for Slough. And the near post comes off 2 Hitchin players. Comes on the far inside to Dobson. He gets a touch back out here towards Lynch. Lynch finds Davies. Davies trying to chip the ball back in. A little bit too close to the goalkeeper, who does well to get the ball under pressure from Nisbet. And then rolls the ball out on the far hand side. Lynch will have to cover on that far side against Smith. Smith just cuts inside. Still has the ball. Back to Alanaran. And he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Chased down here by Manny Williams. And Mollinson gets the ball clear. Flicked on well there by Bickerstaff, but headed away by Hollis. Into the path of Bickerstaff. It's a stretch to get to the ball. Lynch wins the header, and then De Silva just fouls Lynch as he tries to get a second bite of the cherry. And it's a free kick to the Rebels just inside their own half. Lynch is fine. He's happy to carry on. 4 minutes plus added on time to play here. Just a reminder that Slough will be back in action on Wednesday evening this week, as will Hitchin be, both in cups. Hitchin in their cup final, in the League Cup final, Slough in the semi-final of the Berks and Bucks, where they're home to the MK Don 7:45 kickoff. Turner with the ball here, looking for Flood. Flood rises high again, trying to play it in towards Williams, but it goes all the way through to Mollinson. And Flood has certainly made a difference with his height this second half. Long kick here by Mollinson's hit by Wells, who hits it at the back of McNamara, then gets a second chance to clear. Ball's here with Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff trying to chip the ball along to find McNamara. McNamara's header finds Logan. Ball back in. He's trying to play some good play. Well defended by Mark Nisbet, and then cleared by Scott Davis. Trying to play the ball through, but intercepted well by Byrne. Byrne then puts his foot on the ball and finds Rolf. Rolf just a few yards inside of his own half, trying to spray it on the far hand side, looking for Shikala. Shikala holds the ball up. He's got Alana on, puts a cross in, and I think it's a cross, but it's way too high and long, and it's out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. So 3 minutes left of normal time. Now still 1-0 up here at the moment. And it's going to be Jack Turner with this goal kick here for Slough. And he's takes a long kick down the field, again looking for Chris Flood. Flood jumping with the ball, hits Rolf, controls the ball, and it's here on the far hand side. Bickerstaff spreads it to Alanaran down the left hand side. He does well to keep the ball in, plays it down, but just as I give him the praise, he goes and kicks it straight out of play, and it's out for a goal kick to the Rebels. And Slough will definitely take their time here with this throw. Sean Fraser on the far hand side. He's had a quiet second half, but the throw aimed towards Flood, headed away well by Bickerstaff. It's out for another throw to the Rebels. This time they've advanced about 10 yards into the Hitchin half. It just goes for a little hole in the advertising boards there on the far hand side, but it'll be Sean Fraser again with the throw, trying to find Flood. Flood down by the corner flag. He's going to try and hold the ball up there and turn. Plays it off Alanaran, and it's out of play for a throw to Slough on down deep inside the Hitchin half. And it's Fraser again. He goes across to take this throw for Slough. In towards Williams. Williams trying to turn. Rolf's come across there to try and hold it up, and it's well seen out and out for a goal kick to Hitchin Town. Charlie Smith has been named the Hitchin Town man of the match this evening by the match sponsors, Plumbase. As Lynch heads the ball away, Byrne then heads the ball back here for Slough. Bickerstaff underneath it. Lynch wins the header, and it comes here towards Davies. Davies just holding the ball up. McNamara tries to come down. He just gets caught by McNamara, and it's a free kick here to the Rebels. And it will be a free kick to the Rebels. McNamara just being told by the referee just to calm down. And Wells will be the player that takes the throw. And it's just on the halfway line. Wells takes it, hits it down here, looking for Williams. Headed away by Syme. William gets his body in front of it, holds the ball up here, and trying to turn Syme, but Syme holding him up. William still with the ball, and just plays it back here towards George Wells. Wells chips the ball back down the line, looking for Williams. Williams holds it up here, tries to back heel it into the path of Dobson. It comes off Syme last. There'll be 3 minutes of added time, which we've just crept into. And the Slough fans give the rounding song of Bakes and Under's Rebel Army on the far hand side. Wells with this throw for the Rebels. And a quick throw here, trying to find Dobson. McNamara comes across, runs into the corner, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick to Hitchin Town. And Mollinson, the goalkeeper, rushes to go and take this goal kick. And still just taking his time here. Got 2 minutes of the added time left here. Ball played forwards. Comes off the head of Warren Harris. Davis smashes it back goalwards, and it just bounces on the 6-yard line and then bounces over the top of the bar. Well watched by Mollinson, but it's a goal kick here to Hitchin. And it will be taken by Mollinson again. Ball played in, looking for Bickerstaff, who holds the ball up well and then finds Byrne, the centre-back. He chips the ball out on the left-hand side, looking for Shikala. Ball headed away by Shikala. It's out of play for a throw to Slough. Halfway inside their own half on that far-hand side, and it's going to be Guy Hollis is going to go across to take the throw on that far-hand side. Got a minute and a half left of the added time here. Slough still with a 1-goal lead, scored by Chris Flood on 70 minutes. And it's Hollis with this long throw here, looking for Flood. Flood trying to get there. Ball hits Byrne, and he plays the ball across here towards the right back Symes. Symes got plenty of space. Manny Williams just charging to chase him down. Plays the ball in here to McNamara. McNamara just forced back here towards Byrne. Byrne ships the ball out again on that left hand side. Warren Harris trying to get there. Shikala's there, but Warren Harris clears it. He only hits Alanaran, and it comes out. His cross is blocked by Sean Fraser, and now to play for a throw to Hitchin. Hitchin with a spell here. Got 40 seconds to try and get something from this game. So now try to defend well. And the ball's here with Lynch, who can look to play the ball down the field. Just I think Manny Williams gives them the look, saying, I ain't chasing that, I'm 37 years old. Ball rolled out here towards Syme. Syme being urged to put the ball into the box. And the referee has only played, not played 3 minutes of added time. So there you go. But it's the full-time whistle here at Top Field. It's finished Hitchin Town 0, Slough Town 1. The goal coming from Chris Flood, the substitute, on 70 minutes. His 24th goal of the season, and he's the leading scorer now, 3 ahead of James Dobson. And Slough have another win away on their away runs. And don't forget, Slough back in action on Wednesday evening, where they will be at home to MK Dons. 7:45 kickoff. Please remember that is a reduced price entry game, so it means that adults are only going to have to pay £6 to get in. It is one of the last games you're going to see at Arbour Park this season, apart from when we play Royston and when we host the playoff final as well. So there you go. So please make your way down to Arbour Park this Wednesday evening for the Berks and Bucks Cup game, and that would be brilliant. We're going to say goodnight to you all now. Thank you all for listening in and tuning in, and everyone on the content, what do you call it, chat, comments thing. Thank you all for everything tonight. We won't be on Wednesday evening. Our next game with commentary will be away to Dorchester on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on air at 10 to 3. So enjoy the rest of your week. Please come down on Wednesday night, and if you're not going to come down, we will be back on Saturday for the game away to Dorchester. Thank you very much.